Hello, today we are going to make a soap powered boat like the one that you just saw zipping across that little tray of water. It'll look a bit like this, and I'll show you exactly how to make one, and I'll show you how it works as well. So when you make a little boat like this and you put it in water, it works through surface tension. If you don't know, if you've ever seen a picture of how a mosquito or a little bug or a spider can walk across the top of water, like the picture will show you here. It's because at the top of the water sticks together a bit more than the water underneath. So we can actually use that stickiness on top of the water to make a boat that goes along just through the power of soap. So I'll show you how to make one. Now, to make one, you're going to need the following things. You're going to need some dishwashing liquid, a little container to put your dishwashing liquid in, a little stick like this. It can be a kitchen skewer or a toothpick to move the soap around. You'll need a piece of cardboard about that big, maybe 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters to make your boat out of. You'll need a pen to draw on the boat and to draw on the piece of cardboard, and you'll need a pair of scissors to cut it out. If you'd like to put a little flag on the boat like that, you'll also need a toothpick, a little piece of paper, and something to draw with, or you could use a stamp like we did to make a flag on our boat. So the first thing you're going to need to do is take your piece of cardboard like this with your pen, and I'm going to get you to draw a little house. So if you look closely here, we'll draw a little house on this piece of cardboard with two walls like that and a roof. So your little house will look like that. Then at the bottom of the little house, we need to draw a triangle. So we draw a line to the bottom there, a line to the bottom there, and then at the top of the triangle, we draw another line. Now we're going to cut that little triangle out of the boat, because that's actually going to be the engine that we use soap to power. Take your scissors and cut your little house out. Now if you have polystyrene, like an old soup container or a cup of coffee that your mum and dad might have had, then you can use that. You can use the bottom of that to make your boat. That will last a bit longer than the cardboard will. The cardboard tends to get a little bit wet, and after a couple of goes, it's not so great, but it'll do if that's all you've got. So you can see I've cut my little house shape just there. I'll now cut a triangle shape out of the middle. This can be a little bit tricky. You can see I've cut two lines there. If you need a hand with this, get your mum and dad to give you a hand, because you might find it hard with the scissors to cut the triangle out, because you want it to look like that with the little gap when you're done. So I'll snip that triangle out of there, and at the end here you just want to have a little gap. So if you don't have a little gap, just make a little cut like that, so that you can see there's a little gap in the bottom of your boat. Now this is where we use the dishwashing liquid. So dishwashing liquid has a chemical in it called a surfactant, which breaks the surface tension on the water. And that's how we're going to make our boat power along. So take a little bit of the soap here, and holding up your little boat, just paint the inside of your triangle like that with some soap. Doesn't have to be too much, just make sure you've got a bit in there. Now this is a nice blue soap, so it's quite easy to see, which is quite helpful. And if you come in close, you can see just there, we've got a little bit of blue soap shining on the inside. Now, if you wanted to make a flag, like on my boat, you can do that. Stick your flag onto the boat like that, being careful not to stick it into your finger, because the toothpicks can be quite sharp. And we've got a little boat ready to go there. Now, bring your boat over to some water. Now it could be a bathtub if you want your boat to go really far, or it could be a bowl of water, or it could be a tray like this. You don't need much water, just a little bit of space for the boat to go. So take your boat down towards the edge here, just pop it in the water and off it goes, powered entirely by soap. Now once you've used your boat in the water like that, the soap will have gotten all through the water, so it probably won't work again. See, it's much slower the second time. So if you want the boat to go again, tip the water out of the tray, put some fresh water in, take your boat, paint a little bit more of the soap in, and you can go back and forth again. As you can see, mine's starting to wear out already because it's cardboard, but if you've got polystyrene, you can make one that will last a little bit longer.